work. These events are always so meaningful, not only for our organization, but I think for all of us, because they give us just a chance to come together, to celebrate all of our hard work, to elevate our appreciation for each other, and to find joy in one another, even in times that are often, they feel not so joyful. And to maybe do a little bit of rejuvenation and rededication. And I think those moments are important all the time, but they're particularly important now. We know that we are dealing in difficult times. I'm so appreciative of our members who are here today. I know these days are challenging. These are tough moments, and we're dealing in a moment where we are battling entrenched biases, not only racism and sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and we are dealing with long-established power structures which are designed to uphold a status quo that is intended to keep us stuck in place. We also face a really well-financed, coordinated opposition that is determined to erode and undermine fundamental freedoms except for themselves, and to distort values that we say we hold dear. And even though we have endured a lot of setbacks, we are celebrating, certainly not the right word, this weekend, the 1-year anniversary of Dobbs v. Jackson. But even in the midst of that, I think that there's reason for hope. And I think what I know, and I know what our members know, is that the ferocity and virulence of the opposition is because they know we have the power to make change. They understand the power of our ideas, and in particular, the power of the people that we fight for, and the power of the causes that we champion. So they use fear and hatred to sow divisions in the hopes that we will be distracted and won't find ways to come together. Bell Hooks famously once wrote, "Sometimes people try to destroy you precisely because they recognize your power, not because they don't see it, but because they see it and they don't want it to exist." And so at the National Partnership, we recognize the inherent power of all of those who've been left out, left behind. We are definitely trying to focus on improving the lives of those who confront the steepest challenges and hurdles. We believe deeply in the power of coalitions to advance racial justice, gender justice, healthcare, and economic justice for all. That is why our overarching theme this year is powering change through partnership. And it is why we are really, truly grateful for the partnership of everybody in this room. I hope that you will take advantage of this evening, whether you work in private sector, nonprofit, public sector, that you take advantage of this evening to just mingle and meet other people. I hope that we can celebrate each other and find ways to work together to continue to make progress for women and families, working families across the country, whether it's in our classrooms or courtrooms, at the bargaining table, in the ballot box, healthcare clinics, halls of government. There's a lot of work to do, but I am very confident that this group can do it. Tonight, we have the honor of honoring 3 extraordinary figures who are leading the way to enact bold transformational changes. Each of them embodies the ideal of equity in action because they use their roles and their positions to make equity real, to tackle hard problems, and to leverage our institutions and structures to drive change. I'm going to introduce all 3 of them, and then they are going to come up sequentially to give brief remarks. Our first honoree will be Congresswoman Robin Kelly of Illinois. She is the co-chair of both the Maternity Care Caucus and the Congressional Caucus on Black Women and Girls. She centers the challenges facing women, and in particular Black women, in every major policy conversation taking place on Capitol Hill. We know that America faces a crisis in Black maternal health, and Congresswoman Kelly has co-sponsored a sweeping bill known as the Black Maternal Health Momnibus Act to help address it. And Lauren, Representative I know that there's a wide group of people. We work closely with Representative Underwood, and obviously know that Representative Presley is a strong proponent of Black maternal health. We need all of it. We need all of it because it is a crisis with Black maternal health. And she has been fighting for equal pay for equal work and defending reproductive freedom and abortion access. So we are so pleased and so excited to have her be one of our honorees. Thank you. Following remarks from Congresswoman Kelly, we will welcome another fearless, just awesome trailblazer in the House of Representatives, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts. You know, I tried to think of all the wonderful things I wanted to say to her about her, and I would put it simply, it is impossible to diminish the power of Ayanna Pressley's voice. Whether she is marching with you, whether she is standing alone, she is constantly speaking truth to power. She is an unrelenting advocate on so many issues that are so important to people across the country, whether it's paid leave, whether it is disability justice, whether it is LGBTQ justice, whether it is dealing with survivors of gender-based discrimination and sexual violence. You name it, she is willing to stand up and speak out. We are so appreciative of your voice and the clarity of not only your words, but the solutions that you put forward. So we are thankful for you to be here this evening. Our third and final honoree will be Dr. Richard Besser, President and CEO of the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. Under his direction, the foundation has made major investments in health equity that strive to transform America's healthcare infrastructure and create systems which listen to and engage with patients and the communities that they serve. Dr. Besser has leveraged his own positions to prioritize the needs of the most marginalized communities, whether they're people of color, people with disabilities, transgender people, and people who have the lowest incomes. Dr. Besser, Congresswoman Pressley, Congresswoman Kelly are all true champions of progress and equity, and the partnership is so proud to honor their leadership this evening. I can't wait to hear their insights and their comments in terms of how all we can join forces to forge a fairer and more inclusive America. And with that, I will turn remarks over to Congresswoman Kelly.